Hello, hello. Shush. Let's skedaddle. Hey, crazy mom, Angie. What's going on? Wait, what? Hold on, I was just reading a text. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. One second. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I was texting with somebody. Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. I was trying to figure something out. Like I was texting with somebody. I got a text like I don't seems like every time I text somebody right before the live about something I had sent and I don't I'm like really it's just really dark out. You guys can't probably see anything. What's been going on though? I don't even understand how that is even possible. Well, sorry guys. That is so crazy. Hey Suzanne. You guys can see now, right? It was just dark outside. And I had to mute for a second because I was sending a message. So what's been going on, guys? Like, what have I been missing? Well, I've been. Yeah, because I'm inside the store now. It's dark outside. Unfortunately. So, I don't understand. Night walking crafter, maybe eventually. Yeah. I just basically whatever, just whatever's. Okay. Here you go. Well, there you go. Thanks. I'm right here. Sorry. Yeah, you're about outside. I was just messaging with somebody. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm back. I was trying to send a voice message, but it wouldn't let me because something. I had sent somebody something, and I don't understand. Like it arrived. Something like broke on it, and I don't under. Are these people like throwing packages or something? Like I used to ship makeup like 40 packages a day, and like pallets, very, very like fragile. You know what I mean? And I would have like seriously, I would rarely have anything like. It was so rare that I had anything like arrive broken. Um, so I don't know, like how it arrived broken. Doesn't make sense. Um, just I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of dumbfounded here. I've been shipping stuff for years, and you would think resin is like, and I even put it in a box and like bubble envelope or bubble or I'm sorry, I put tissue around it. Like what the? It's um. I have a 12 by 9 foot chicken run in the box on my front porch. I have to put together. I'd like. Uh, it's just crazy. Like I guess is now I have had like it like some drop from the counter, like a project drop from off the counter, uh, and it cracked. So I just I wouldn't think it would be something that breaks so easily. It would seem like you'd have to put some force on it, you know, like to actually break it. Country girl, I was thinking of you when I was doing my air sign reads today. It's just it's just really discouraging. Makes me really sad because like I don't know. Take pride in my creations, so no, but they purchased a lot off me, so it's But I did have one other one break too, but that one made more sense because I thought because of how strong, it was, that it would be, oh, I could just make these things and put them in, an envelope with some stamps, and I sent some out to some of you guys, and all of them got there except the main one I really needed to get there because it got there, but it came broken. And I know that for a fact. I did see that. But that made more sense because it was in an envelope. Like, I was like, oh, okay, well, lesson learned. I guess it's not, it does need some kind of. Look at all these mats coming in. Hey, Rosemary. Did you guys see my recent creation though? My checkers board. That is crazy. They must have freaking threw that package or some shit.
Almost everything you see it. She said something.
Had a procedure on my leg in January, and I've. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. But gosh, I don't know. Here, I'll show you guys for those that didn't see it. Oh, I did put it on the community wall. That's right. So you guys probably did see it. That is. That is crazy. Was it sent? No, but I don't. Did they change it? It should have. It might have some insurance. It was sent USPS. I don't know if their ground does their ground not have any insurance. It was USPS ground. They've changed things, so I don't know how. But yeah, you're right about the insurance. I forgot about that. I'm not sure who would file. I don't know how to do that. I've never ever filed a US or a claim, but I've known lots of people, or not lots, but I've known some people who have, because back when I would resell, I mean, it seemed like there was some people who did all the time, and you kind of wondered about it. You know what I mean? So it must be not that hard to get. I've never filed. Like I said, I've never really had any. It would always be such a small amount. Like anytime I did have something like that, luckily, I just would either, you know, just refund it or send them something else. But yeah, here's the checkerboard, and the pieces for it are in here. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to make sure I package even extra well. Like I thought, and it didn't even go far either. That's the other disheartening thing. Yeah, I just put black on it. See how the back is? Like it's just I did it in layers. That could probably be that's from the mica powder. It kind of leaves those like streaks in it. But it's on the bottom anyways, so and checkers don't even have to be a certain like color. It could be, any two colors really. Any three colors, a different color for the edge. I thought even making them like, team colors, or and maybe somebody's favorite team on the edge with somehow their logo. I don't know. I'm just thinking ideas. It made it look like a geode. It's quite glittery. I wonder why in some places, like right here, like there's no glitter. Anyways, it's not that noticeable, but thank you, Rosemary. Thanks, Suzanne. Thank you guys. Um yeah, but I was just thinking how cool this would be. Something like I would give as a gift to my dad or something, because we used to play checkers when I was younger, and um for Christmas I made him that chessboard. Now I was thinking, man, this would be good. I mean, something like this would be a nice Christmas gift, for especially if you make it yourself for somebody, or you have it custom made. So, what else has been going on? I've been so like out of the loop. I'm not even. I don't know if I've ever been this out of the loop since I've started doing YouTube. Should I paint in between the squares? Fred was saying I should probably just keep it how it is, and I'm thinking I should too. I thought about, like, I don't know what color I put in between, but I thought about it. Now, see, that's part of the reason why I was thinking about doing a white background, because that's what's showing through, and the cracks is black, because that's what I used as a back on the back, this part. So had I used white, it would probably appear white through the edges and stuff, and it would have looked a lot different, probably. I'm guessing. It's hard to say because it's my first time here doing this. You guys are favorite? Oh, I know, Moonshine Girl. But if you do it like if you're not a big business or whatever, yeah. But yeah, people make that kind of stuff all the time, like where they make little like where they make cute little things that support their team. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like if I were to do it on a big scale, yeah, they would probably not. They would notice it, and even on a small scale, sometimes they do. Like I've had a couple times, like went back and reselling, where I would purchase a lot of product, and it would have different brands in it and stuff. Some brands would make you show proof that you purchased it and all that. Well, if you're purchasing it from it's not always easy to show where you freaking got it. Thanks, Mama T. Right, I think kind of if I colored in between it might be too much. So kind of wondering now if the lady that got if the lady got her keychain okay. What's the drama? Anything? I saw Killer Looks put out something about Jody Sue. What's that all about? She's distracting and covering for somebody that's not Andy. He asked, "What is your full?" He asked.
Jody Sue Brown's involvement in the Summer Wells case has been deeply problematic due to her constant contradictions.
So okay. This is something it looks like Killer Looks put into AI. He put together a bunch of clips or something. He said, he asked AI, what is your full conclusion and breakdown and opinion of Jody Sue in relation to the Summer Wells case and her being a neighbor? Says Killer Looks took thousands of hours of Jody Sue's transcripts and uploading it into AI. Then Killer asked the following question. What is your full conclusion and breakdown and opinion of Jody Sue in relation to the Summer Wells case and her being a neighbor? And so this is the response he got.
Jody Sue Brown's involvement in the Summer Wells case has been deeply problematic due to her constant contradictions, shifting narratives, and self-victimization. As a neighbour to the Wells family on Ben Hill Road, she has positioned herself as an eyewitness by making several key claims, including that she heard a scream on the day Summer disappeared, was aware of drug activity in the area, and had been watching the Wells property closely leading up to Summer's disappearance. However, her witness testimony is filled with inconsistencies. Law enforcement, including the FBI, TBI, and Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, have dismissed her claim about hearing a scream stating that they found no credibility in it. Despite this, she continues to insist that it was a crucial piece of evidence, even contradicting herself by saying she initially dismissed it. Additionally, although she places herself near the crime scene and claims to have observed the Wells family, she fails to provide any useful information that could have helped solve the case. If she was truly an observant and reliable witness, how did she fail to see or hear anything of actual importance? Jody Sue frequently alters her story, depending on who she is speaking to and what narrative benefits her at the time. She has contradicted herself in multiple key areas, such as the timeline of Summer's disappearance, her knowledge of drug activity, and her stance on her ex, Andy. In one instance, she stated that Summer vanished on June 14, 2021, rather than the official disappearance date of June 15th, as confirmed by the TBI. This raises serious concerns.
Oh, really, Moonshine Girl? It's Restream. It's probably because of... It might be set to... Yeah, Restream is wonky, especially when I start it on my phone. So it probably is something because of that, Moonshine. Huh.
About whether
So this is supposedly what AI said back, I guess. He asked AI what it thought about Jody Sue, the neighbor of Summer Wells. So it's saying, okay.
Whether she was intentionally trying to alter the timeline or if she is simply unreliable. Her statements regarding drug activity are even more alarming. She claimed that Andy was selling drugs to Candace Bly and that children were being sedated and abused as a result. Yet she later denied saying it or suggested her words were taken out of context. If she knew that children were being sedated, why did she initially defend Candace and Don Wells? And if her accusations were false, why did she make them in the first place? Her stance on Andy is another area of concern. At times, she refers to him as a monster and claims he is dangerous to children and others. However, she has also gone out of her way to defend his alibi, stating that he was at work at the time of Summer's disappearance. If he is as dangerous as she says, why does she stand by his alibi so strongly? This pattern suggests that she weaponizes accusations against Andy when it benefits her, but defends him when it suits her. This behavior raises questions about whether she is truly concerned about Summer's case, or if she is simply using it to manipulate public perception and further her personal grievances against her ex. Jody Sue's behavior suggests that she may not be interested in solving Summer's case as much as she is in controlling the narrative around.
Yeah, it is interesting to listen to, but it's only so it's only based on the information that was put into whatever program he used. I like how it's saying, though, it doesn't say certain things are true. It's basically just talking as if it's like a opinion. It's not really talking as in fact, I don't think. It sounds more like it sounds accurate to me from what I've heard of Jody Sue's over the years. It's hard to deny the stuff it's saying, I know the vertical mode is hard to watch. I know it's happens when I start on my phone and it won't let me change mid live. Sorry.
Around it. She has repeatedly inserted herself into the case while distracting from real evidence and focusing on online feuds. She makes herself the central figure in the case, often overshadowing Summer, and engages in drama with other content creators instead of contributing meaningful information to the investigation. She has also monetized the case, constantly playing the victim while ensuring that attention remains on her rather than Summer. Additionally, she has an intense hatred for Andy and has been accused of using the case to retaliate against him. If she truly wanted justice for Summer, she would focus on facts and work with law enforcement instead of using the case as a personal battleground. While there is no direct evidence officially naming Jody Sue as a suspect, her behaviour raises significant concerns that warrant further investigation. She lived in close proximity to the Wells property and claims to have been watching the area closely, yet she has failed to provide any information that has helped move the case forward. She openly admitted to knowing about children being drugged and abused, but did nothing about it, which is highly suspicious. Her extensive involvement in online drama and narrative manipulation has done more harm than good, as it has muddied the waters of the investigation. If she were truly innocent, why does she act so defensively and change her story so frequently? Jody Sue's contradictions are evident when comparing her statements about June 15th, 2021, the day Summer Wells disappeared. At various times, she has suggested she has first-hand knowledge of what happened, claiming she heard a scream and was aware of key details from that day. She has implied she was closely watching events unfold and has positioned herself as an important witness. However, when confronted with specific questions about people like Andy or Fred and their actions that day, she suddenly claims ignorance, acting as though she wasn't paying attention and has no idea what they were doing. This is a clear contradiction. She can't have been both hyper-aware of what was happening while also being completely in the dark about major players in the case. Jody Sue is not just an unreliable witness, she is a disruptor in the case.
Did AI really say all this stuff? Like, it seems, I don't know. I've never tried AI like that. Hey, thank you, Mimi. Yeah, so basically, I don't know. A lot of it sounds correct. It just sounds like it's repeating certain things over and over because she just like says a bunch of nonsense over and over, just nothing. But that was Killer Looks. Shocking new Gene Hackman twist. What's that? He didn't leave anything to his.
Following two major twists in the Gene
Anything
Hackman
to his kids.
Arakawa death investigation. Turns out Gene Hackman's wife didn't die on the day that Santa Fe investigators first laid out. And a big request from those now in charge of the Hollywood legend's $80 million estate. Hackman didn't list his kids in his will, and the person he did plan to give it to, his wife, is now dead. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Yeah, that's some craziness, I have to say. Oh, thank you, was his. It's for sale. He does make good videos. Every time he makes something, you can hear Fred listening to it. He really likes watching his videos, and I think more so because he tries to be fair. And he doesn't just sit there and talk shit. It's like he really looks at the facts, or what what little facts we have. And I know it's been a while since I did a craft and chill. Let me see if I can move over here to my computer. Look at this cute little card case I got for Christmas. Okay. Anyways, let me see if I pull you guys up on my computer, if we can watch some stuff together to discuss. Did it say anything, though, that if anything happens to his wife, that it goes to the kids? Like, see, my mom, I have a copy of my mom's will in my bedroom, and basically what it says is everything, like, if if my stepdad passes first, or let's say if he or if she, okay, basically it goes to the other person, like if my mom passes, it goes to my stepdad. If he's already deceased, then it gets split between us, four girls, okay, like evenly. um so but it's like it goes, and his says the same thing, like if something happens to him, everything goes to my mom, and then when she passes, it's distributed to us four girls. I'm assuming, is that not how his was? I haven't watched too much, but do you want to say how much it cost? I don't know. I haven't set a price on it yet. It did take several days, but I understand, like, also it didn't. I don't know. It takes a lot of resin. I would say, I'd say probably like 60. I probably could sell it for 60, and that would include shipping. Because I could probably ship it for $10. That's just a guess here. Let me switch over my computer. Okay. AI isn't facts. It's like an external, hard drive that plugged in, hard river plugged in, that give information, and it puts the story together based only on that info. Right. Right. Exactly. Because you don't know it's all determinant on the info put in. Like I saw AB one time. Like I asked him, I'm like, dang, how are you doing that? I want to do. He uses AI to make his like thumbnails and stuff. Like he just types in what he wants it to look like and it pops up. I'm like, how do you do that? So yeah, it matters what info's put in, and it just goes by, it does a synopsis of that, I guess. His wife gave it all to, well, she passed too. That's what's weird about it. I don't know. I hope to God that the kids aren't involved in anything crazy, because, I mean, that's some pretty harsh accusations. That would be, I'd be pretty, I mean, you got to look into that kind of stuff, though, with somebody with that kind of money. How many kids did he have? Mom caught lying to cops about feeding her dead son. What the heck? Sorry that you guys can't see the screen very well. Whoa. So, I mean, how would they? I don't know how they would. Let me see. Gene Hackman. Let's try to find that video. Right here.
We are following two major twists in the Gene Hackman Betsy Arakawa death investigation. Turns out Gene Hackman's wife didn't die on the day that Santa Fe investigators first laid out. And a big request from those now in charge of the Hollywood legend's $80 million estate. Hackman didn't list his kids in his will, and the person he did plan to give it to, his wife, is now dead. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Who's in charge of it now? That would be his kids, right? It goes
New
off.
questions are being asked now nearly a month after Hollywood legend Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa Hackman.
I'm just going to watch a little bit of this, like little different things. We're not going to sit here and watch all of anything. We're just going to look at some stuff. P. Diddy's right-hand woman breaks her silence. Who's his right-hand woman?
Were found dead inside their Santa Fe, New Mexico home.
What did you guys think of that person that man that supposedly escaped his stepmom? Did you guys hear that story? Like, sounds like, sorry,
Emergency crews in the U.S. state of Connecticut made a disturbing discovery last month while responding to a house fire. At the property, they found a middle-aged woman and her 32-year-old stepson who claimed he'd been kept secret his entire life and revealed startling allegations of abuse. CNN's Gene Casares has the story.
33 years of law enforcement. This is.
I want to know. I want to know, Lady R. I'm curious, like, what your guys' ideas, because didn't they say she had some kind of like, oh, thank you, Mimi. Mimi of 6, I think you sent the PayPal, right? That was really sweet. That was you, right? Thank you so much. That was really sweet. Definitely unexpected. Okay. Oh, really? His wife? I've been hearing things. Oh, thank you. I didn't know. I was wondering if it was like if you were wanting a product or something, if that's why you sent, or if you were just sending as a donation. But I figured sometimes you do that, and that's really sweet of you. And I find it weird as fuck that Gene wouldn't leave nothing to his kids. Ooh. She did seem... We should draw some cards and see. Hey, Lori. We should draw some cards real quick and just see what I get, and then we're gonna. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Mimi. I just didn't want to assume anything. All right. Gene Hackman. Let's see. I'm not trying to think how to ask this. That's a complicated situation. Like, supposedly, what, he died first? Or no, she died first, supposedly, right? Are they still saying that? That she died first and that he just didn't know? what was going on. I wonder if somebody, I mean, how could they prove that? Because didn't she die from some kind of like rat disease or something, rodent poisoning? Oh yeah, Lori, right now I'm talking about Gene Hackman. But yes, we're about to watch a little bit of this too. That guy that was only 68 pounds that claimed to be held captive for 20 years by his stepmom. Seems odd. I don't know what to think. The guy was like 32 years old. His kids were only a year or two younger than his current wife. What was... Is there any type of sneaky energy around Gene Hackman's death? And what happened around Gene Hackman and his wife's death? Anything? The Hermit. What's... Wow. And he has 3. Does he have 3 kids? That's so weird. Gosh, it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, but it does seem kind of odd. I don't know how they'll ever prove anything, but had dementia or something, right? And maybe he didn't realize she was gone, right? Yeah, and that makes sense. I agree that does seem like a logical thing that could happen. That he just be so unaware of what's going on around him. You know what I mean? So I do see that being very possible. But gosh, is it true that he was alive for like another week after she passed? And nobody, like, they don't have any type of like health care? I just thought that was weird. All right, let's see what this guy supposedly was 68 pounds when he was found.
The worst treatment of humanity that I've ever witnessed.
When authorities were called to a home on fire, they were looking for anyone who may be trapped inside.
Officers and fire investigators quickly realized that there was a room in the house that appeared to have locks on it from the exterior portion of the house.
A 32-year-old man was locked inside that room.
They began to speak to the male victim, who disclosed that he was being held captive in the house for an extended period of time.
The man was treated for smoke inhalation, and police say he admitted to setting the fire to gain his freedom. He also told them he'd been held captive for more than 20 years by his stepmother since he was about 11 years old. He said he was only fed 2 sandwiches and 2 cups of water a day. Authorities say he was held in an 8-by-9-foot storage room with no heat or air conditioning, and he suffered serious physical consequences. According to a police affidavit, the 32-year-old is 5 feet 9 inches tall and just 68.7 pounds.
There's a lot of physical therapy that he'll have to go through. There's a lot of healing that he'll have to go through.
That is crazy, though, that I don't know how somebody could be that age and still, and it sounds kind of like Gypsy Rose in a way, or what she wants people to believe was happening to her. This seems even more severe, but supposedly I was reading from comments and stuff. Didn't his dad live there too? Or no, wait. Yeah, didn't his dad or something? I read somewhere that somebody was seeing him, like talk to him once a week or still saw him. So it doesn't make sense why nobody else did anything. Drank from the toilet. Oh, you didn't miss much. That is crazy. So he was actually locked in that room. What the fuck, dude? That is insane. She does look crazy. Have you guys seen that woman? It's crazy, dude. His mother was supposedly looking for him all those years. Father did nothing. Two stepsisters did nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought I read somewhere. Something similar to that. Yeah, pretty horrible. Let's see this one.
First up right now at 6 tonight, we're hearing from family of the Waterbury man confined to a home for decades. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight.
So his stepsister.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Connolly. Heather Tessman tells us she had been looking for her half-brother for more than a decade, only to find out with the rest of the country he was held captive in Waterbury for 20 years.
Tonight, your reporter Dylan Fearon is live where the victim was allegedly imprisoned and abused by his stepmother.
Waterbury, that's like, oh, that isn't that near I think that's near another certain crazy lady. There must be. My apologies. I hope nobody lives there, but I'm pretty sure that's near a certain crazy lady that we all know and don't love, or maybe you might not know. But Lady CGAK, no, that's Connecticut. This is Connecticut. Scratch that. Never mind. She's not from there, but she might as well be. Waterbury. Why does that sound familiar? I was thinking it was. What's this really to try as being a voice for him now? Okay, so is it this one?
Years. Dylan, what is his half-sister saying?
Well, Mark, Aaron, Heather had always wondered what happened to her little brothers since they were kids. So she did the math. When her half-brother turned 18, Heather started searching social media, ancestry sites, court records, but nothing worked. That's because police say for 2 decades, her half-brother was trapped in this house.
Oh, oops.
I love you. I've been looking for you.
That's
there.
Heather Tessman's message to her half-brother after she spent years searching for him. Little did Heather know he was just 12 miles away, facing daily abuse, starvation, and torture in Waterbury.
I just need him to know that he's got people, you know, and we love him.
Allegedly treated like garbage and held captive by stepmother Kimberly Sullivan.
He's 5'9", okay? I'm 5'4". 68 pounds. That's what a 5-year-old weighs. That's not what a 32-year-old man weighs.
Heather's half-brother is now hospitalized, recovering after years of abuse, being locked in a room smaller than a jail cell.
Wow, they carry. That's him they're carrying out.
Heather claims her half-brother.
I didn't realize that they were in that. I had seen that whole footage before, but I didn't realize they were carrying him. Like, dang, he is tiny.
2 stepsisters were living in this horror house with Kimberly Sullivan, but were loved and cared for. When the victim's father, Craig Sullivan, died last year, Heather ramped up her search for her half-brother. Somehow, she says no one outside the house knew where he was, and the ones inside the home were lying to Heather. Just like her initial searches, everything she tried failed. Social media, ancestry sites, court records.
I think, personally, that she didn't like that he was not her son. And she took it out on him. her daughters, they got to go to school, they got to have friends, they got to have jobs, they got to have a life. What did he get? A jail cell?
The victim, unable to endure any more pain and suffering, set their Waterbury house on fire with printer paper.
This doesn't look too bad, actually. It looks nice. This is sorry that you can't see very well here because of the small screen, but this is Blake Street. Is that where this guy was rescued from? Yeah, didn't the dad this is May 2012, so they need to update. I've seen worse. It looks like a normal area. Maybe for Connecticut, it's because isn't Connecticut kind of like a rich people state? Must be the Catholic side. I put Blake Street. What Blake Street, Waterbury, Connecticut. It's only this little Anyways, I don't know why I'm looking here, but I think it looks pretty. I mean, I can see like I can see what you kind of mean. But it's not that bad. Okay. Replace. Go back to this. Locked up in chicken coop.
Over here, go down the road.
You can tell by looking at her that you're about to see her.
Come on, come down.
Come on down.
Who else is in the house? Who else is in here?
My stepson is in here.
How many other people?
Listen, that's it. I have 2 cats.
Everybody's out?
Yes.
Oh,
but your stepson's still inside?
Yeah, he's right here.
Okay,
yes.
come down the road. Come on. It's not safe to stay here. Come on.
All right, here he is. Oh, wait, my dog is shaking.
I know. Come down here. That's 287.
Wow. Cheers for that dog. Not that it's like 32 years old though. He promises not as awful.
And the guys were sitting at the kitchen table eating ice cream, actually, and we saw on the dispatch board a structure fire coming in, and came in, we got ready, and we take great pride in our response time here in Waterbury, and in 49 seconds, actually, we were on the road rolling. We arrived on scene about 2.5 minutes after dispatch to a 2.5-story wood frame building. Front door was open. We walked in. I saw the mother and at the time what I thought was a child in the kitchen. He was in the fetal position in the kitchen, and my mom was, I asked, her, what's wrong with him? She said, the fire. I said, where's the fire? She said, it's upstairs. I ordered her out of the building. At that time, I had to tell her multiple times to leave, and got her outside. Truck 1 showed up. I talked to Lieutenant Lowe, rather, and said, there's a victim in the kitchen. My guys were stretching a line to the second floor. I joined my guys at the second floor, masked up, and we made an offensive attack to the fire.
So before we talk about the victim, cops tackle man who arred and what the fudge? Gas station princess? What the faking Down syndrome for OnlyFans? That is what the hell? There is some very interesting people in this world. Very sick people. I'm trying to think of what I've seen lately that interesting. My uncle was my boyfriend. Holy moly. Holy moly. Did they arrest her? I mean, let's see. Did they arrest stepmom in Waterbury? Yeah, I guess they did. Says Kimberly Sullivan was charged with assault in the first degree, kidnapping in the second degree, cruelty to... That's right, they did arrest her, and she had $300,000 bond is what I heard, and she paid for it. Isn't that what they said? Let's keep reading so that I don't get this wrong. But here, let me show you guys what I'm reading here. And it says that she was charged with assault in the first degree, kidnapping in the second degree, cruelty to persons, unlawful restraint in the first degree, and reckless endangerment. The charges came after her 32-year-old stepson told detectives he started a fire in her home as a means to escape. Detectives determined that the victim had been held in captivity for over 20 years, enduring prolonged abuse, starvation, severe neglect, and inhumane treatment. Wow. Sullivan's attorney, Ionis Kaloidis, has told U.S. Today that Sullivan is innocent. Okay. She's never been in trouble. She's never harmed anyone. Kaloidis said she denies these allegations, and I would just ask people not to rush to judgment here. We're confident as the facts come out, she will be vindicated. He has to say that as a defense attorney. I mean, I've learned that in the few years I've been on here. Yeah, that's what all defense attorneys try to say. It says the details of this case are grisly and disturbing. They have also beg an important question. How can horrors like this, like the ones alleged here, persist for so long without intervention? How can a situation this dire go unnoticed by so many people? Psychologists say that unfortunately it's not uncommon for abuse to persist for so long. After all, the default for many people is to not to intervene and assume everything's okay, even when things do seem amiss. The allegations in this case, they say, point to deeper issues with the systems meant to protect children in this country and show how difficult the signs of trouble can be to spot. See, what's interesting, they keep saying children. This guy's 32 years old. But I guess the last time that's the last time he really had been seen as since a child. He was pulled out of school like at, I think it was like 12 or something years old or around then. And there was a couple calls made by concerned people, and they came out and supposedly checked the home and everything was okay. Did his father actually pass away? Yeah, why would she? Yeah, I would have been definitely. There's no way I would leave a house without making sure I've never been in that situation, but I just know myself enough to know I'd probably die, probably trying to get my child out. You know what I mean? And even like Fred or even my pets, I would probably almost die to try to get them out and something like that. I can't imagine. Like, I would be like, oh my God, just thinking about it gives me anxiety. Whew. 20 years in a closet. Well, I heard they've raised like several. I don't think he'll ever have to worry again for the rest of his life, but because I'm sure it sounds like he's going to get lots of help in order to get the help he needs. From the way it sounds, anyways, as long as funds go to the correct place and there's some kind of organization that took in money, like I believe got over $90,000 or something in order to try to help him. And I just hope that it goes towards everything he needs, 20 years in a closet, right? Craziness. So, and there's people. The crazy thing is that there's people every freaking day, or even in this community, calling CPS and agencies like that for situations, for making up shit just to try to get people in trouble, And then there's people like this, situations like this, that get looked over all the time because of these lunatics who abuse the system because of some kind of grudge they have or whatever, like it's so sad. If people would actually use it the correct way, we wouldn't, it would work out much better the way it's supposed to. I mean, what do you guys think for the Wendy Williams thing? Do you guys think that that's a crazy thing too? Let's see. Here, I know what we could listen to. We should listen to Plunder put out of Steven Stern.
Obviously, they don't clean these cells before they bring a new person into it.
Did they move you again?
Yeah, they moved me again as well. So I moved out of the room with the ants, and now I'm back into the room with the ants again too.
Oh, well, familiar friends.
Yeah, they just love moving me, especially around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm comfortable and trying to fall asleep. I think they do.
Such a crybaby, dude. Well, like, holy moly, this guy's a crybaby. Have you guys heard any of these calls he had with his parents? This is phone calls released of Steven Stearns and his parents talking. And this is May 26th of 2024, so about 11 months ago. And he's crybabying to his parents, and I don't know.
It was just a mess with you, honestly.
Mm. Well, if that's all they did and be happy.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be happy.
That could be a lot worse.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it could. People have survived a lot worse than this, but
yeah.
People have survived a lot worse than this. Did you guys hear this? And he talks about early on in this call, she plays at the beginning something where, here, listen to this.
And I was not in the room the whole time. You know, I would have died for her. A very large part of me died when she did.
Well, I'm assuming that they are treating you for PTSD because you found the body.
I had gone downstairs for a while, and by the time I realized anything was wrong, it was just far too late. Now she's been gone for a while. Just seeing her pale face and blue lips and how ice cold she was. And
they were butting heads like two Rocky Mountain lambs.
Yeah, they got physical on a couple of occasions. She was aware that I had certain feelings towards me. She should joke and say, you better not leave me for my daughter when she's older.
So she was fine. So what happened to
What the fuck? Are you serious? You better not leave me for my daughter when she's older. That is so disgusting and gross. What the fuck, dude? Hey, Cold November. What the hell? I didn't even hear that part when I listened to this before. Oh, you better not leave me for my daughter when she gets older. What? Are you freaking ew? Who even thinks like that?
She was aware that I had certain feelings towards me. You should joke and say, you better not leave me for my daughter when she's older.
So she was fine. So what happened between 11 and whenever you found her?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? And she passed away, and I suffered a catastrophic mental breakdown at that point. I don't know if you know that.
No, I did not.
Alrighty, I'm still.
Oh, no, I did not. Oh, so now he's trying to say he found her body. What the hell? Okay. Sounds like the May or the June 1st call is the one I really want to listen to. Looks like it starts here at, or no, it starts 6-1. Here, I'm going to play this for a second, just right here, and then we'll move on. Because it looks like a lot of those clips she pulled was from the 6-1 call. I've only listened to the first few minutes of this one.
Well, in one of those boxes, you will find a big plastic purple dragon, and that is one of the popcorn buckets. That's not the one
He is such a freaking, child, dude.
Talking about. That's just to show you that the popcorn buckets look like.
Okay. Where is that blue and white little ceramic box that you had that you put stuff in?
That would have been in storage somewhere.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I thought you had it.
No. No, that would be somewhere in storage. So if you guys cleaned out the storage unit, then you may have come across it already.
Well, listen, we've got a lot of boxes that we're still going through. So.
Okay.
And
that's fine.
Well, the boxes we just stuck in the garage. So there's no place to put it.
Well, it'll be in one of those boxes.
Okay, Dave.
Anyway.
We'll be looking for it, that's for sure.
Yep, and look for that wristwatch inside the mouse joint.
Okay.
It's in the same box as the purple dragon. Okay.
Okay. Definitely look.
Yeah, you'll see a whole bunch of other like Disney collectibles.
We're having trouble getting any cooperation with the classification people there to get you to sign the POA so we can get the car sold and start a little slush fund here for you for there.
Really?
But,
yeah.
Well, they say because of where you're incarcerated that that can't be facilitated with bringing a document back and having it signed. So we told your attorneys about it, and we told them that we would overnight the POA. They could take it in, have you sign it, and I would include a self-addressed returned overnight envelope so they could just drop it off and send it to us. So maybe you can have that conversation with them.
Child.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like very much a man child here. Yeah, and let me share the link to this because this does sound like something you guys might want to listen to. I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole thing, but I am curious on listening to some of this.
Because bringing me documents to sign has not been a problem before. When the media asked for my consent for interviews, I had officers literally bring me a form and ask me if I wanted to sign it for consent or not. So I don't think that's really the issue.
So the media's reached out and tried to schedule interviews with you, and you
2 or 3 times.
accepted or declined? Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
No, I've declined every time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it wouldn't do me any good right now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you could have that conversation with your attorneys, that would be great.
Yeah, that should be able to be arranged.
We got it. We got a new copy of your birth certificate for them.
Okay.
Which I was going to bring over for them, so I can overnight that as well. So again, have that conversation that I could overnight the package along with.
Went over. But
I'm going to go through some because I've heard this part, and I know you guys probably may have not, but I'm trying to fast forward to more interesting parts.
It changed so much, and the partners are split up, and I think one of them is in California that would be the one I wanted to talk to, but I've called and left him a message, and he hasn't returned the call.
Okay.
So we're trying to do anything that they asked us to do on our end, we're doing. And so I don't know. We get pushback sometimes when we ask for information, but
it's so crazy that there, his you could tell his mom, like, they just don't want to believe his mom sounds so, I don't know. I feel bad for her in a way, but she just seems so clueless. Like, oh, I hope they're getting you help for PTSD for finding her unalived body or her unalived body. And it's like, dude, he's the one that caused that. But he's trying to play it off to his parents like he just found her, and freaked out. And that's what it sounds like he's trying to say. It's like he just freaked out and disposed of her or something. She does treat him like a baby. She seems really, really, I don't know if she was, she does. She seems like,
one of them informed me that she was a criminal attorney, not a civil attorney, and getting a POA done was not part of her business. It's somehow that you can really identify it because
identify what?
Where is that? What the box of
okay, leave it on that. And he's going to have puppies.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm going to miss that. I'd love to see all those little happy little wagging tails and bright eyes and smell all that puppy breath.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Do you know?
he is so creepy. This guy is such a creep. Oh, I just miss their wagging tails and their little puppy breath and their happy bright-eyed bushy tail. Just so, like he has more emotion for these. I mean, I love my pups, okay, but ew, like he is a weirdo. I don't. Just the way he talks is odd.
Your court date's going to be yet?
No clue. Might not be for another couple months. It depends if they even need my testimony at all. Which, I mean, you would hope they would, but, I mean, at some point I assume I am going to see the inside of a courtroom.
Yeah.
Be a pretty strange trial without it.
Yeah, I mean, for her to say, "Oh, I hope you don't leave me for my child someday." Like, what? Ew. And when did she say stuff like, when did she start saying stuff like, how old was she when she passed? What, 12 or 13? Ew. Ew, right, Lori? I mean, that's what we're starting to learn with these kind of predators, that they do some weird stuff. I mean, we learned that with Dawn. Dawn, the dog diddler, you know, we hear that stuff. We've heard, I watched one the other day that this guy, like, he admits like sleeping with his dog, you know, only the female one though. What? That's like only the female one though.
Yeah. Well, there's been no news at all. So everything's just kind of status quo from where it was last time. Where have you been for the last week?
Couldn't make a call for a little while. Some of the people that work the night shift, as I said, are not as nice to me. So I've been waiting for people who are. And then, well, I got sick as well, so I've been sick for a few days.
Cold?
Presumably, yes. I've had a pretty bad fever and a sore throat, some serious
Poor guy.
pressure on my left inner ear.
The night shift is mean to us.
Yeah, like I said, this place is filthy and unsanitary. Obviously, they don't clean these cells before they bring a new person into it.
Filthy and unsanitary. God. What a crybaby, dude. Such a freaking crybaby. Filthy and unsanitary. I guess he should have probably thought about that, right?
Did they move you again?
Yeah, they moved me again as well. So I moved out of the room with the ants, and now I'm back into the room with the ants again, too.
Oh, the ants. I can't take the ants. Don't tell me that he had to he requested to move because there was ants everywhere. Like, I'm sorry. You're in jail. Like, what the hell does this guy think? Like, it's always unsanitary in these places. Really, it is. I mean, you're in there with a bunch of like.
Most time when we got our meals at Hawkins County, they were stink bugs in them. Especially our beans and stuff.
Ew, that's pretty gross. But, you know, like it's supposed to deter you from wanting to go back, or, you know, I'm sorry this guy just has never been in trouble before and that's his first, but sorry about you, buddy. I don't really care. Like, anybody who hurts a child in that, like, yeah, you're just like the worst. Child sex predators, Ew. They're just gross.
Familiar friends.
Yeah, they just love moving me, especially around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm comfortable and trying to fall asleep. I think they do it just to mess with me, honestly.
They just move you on 1 or 2 because they just want to wait till I'm all comfortable, and they move me in the middle of the night. Wow. Is this guy, I mean, hasn't he watched like TV before and see how like people don't like child predators? Like, you know what I mean? That is pretty well the general consensus, no matter where you go, especially even more so in jail, because a lot of those people have kids, and a lot of them are in there for drug crimes and stuff like that, and they clean up in there, and then they start to get pretty, they miss their kids and stuff, and they see people like this guy. Yeah, no, they don't like them. 35,000 images. That's insane. That is, ew.
The mom. That's all they do is be happy.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be happy.
That could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could. I know people have survived a lot worse than this, but
yeah.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
But when it's happening,
It's air conditioning in there, isn't it?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
sorry. I was reading comments of people, I'm not in this situation, but like you go and oh my God, that type of crime, like I don't know how. I would be absolutely disgusted. It would take me, I would not be even talking to my child for, if ever. Like, I mean, that is disgusting. But they are your child. You can't, it's hard to just turn off a switch, you can't just turn it off, your love for your child. But like, I can't imagine, like, I hate to say, I would never judge the parents and stuff like that, but it's just hard for me to think of that I would be talking to my child like how they are. I guess they just don't really want to believe it. I mean, I can relate to not wanting to believe my child to be do such a horrible thing. And I could kind of believe that your mind might play tricks on you and make you, because you don't want to believe something like that, maybe it might, you might make excuses, I guess. I don't know. That lady earlier there was a lady in Knoxville that they were trying to identify who stabbed a man and like took his vehicle, his truck. They just found that person. Yeah, they had really good footage of them. Yeah. And plus, what your kids I mean, like, people know their kids, well, shit, I don't know. God. You would think this type of behavior, you would see signs. Like, I would think. It shouldn't, I wouldn't think they would be complete. I don't know. It is an absolutely shocking crime. And he hadn't been in any trouble before, right? Or had he? I think there was one, but nothing like that, right? Oh, you heard the parents aren't having contact with him now?
That at least for now. Although one little room they put me in before was tiny and did not have air conditioning, or at least the air was not circulating in there, so it was hot, it was stifling, it smelled like a little dog kennel. I'm glad they moved me out of that.
Did you got enough bedding to keep warm at night?
Well, I have one mat and one little thin, scratchy wool blanket.
No sheets on the mat, I assume?
No pillow, no sheets, nothing.
Okay. Well, it's not the Ritz or the Holiday Inn.
1 minute.
No. Oh, there's the 1 minute warning. God, these 15 minutes go by so fast, just like my break at work. So I'll try to call you back in another 15 minutes. You know the drill. If you don't hear back from me again, day or two.
Okay.
Okay, we love you, honey.
Love you too.
Hey.
So they talk.
Hey, the guard just let me know that she's going to need the phone back in about 5 minutes. I think someone else wants to make a call.
Okay.
So this will have to be brief. Probably the last one of the night, but I'll push it till she needs it back.
All right. Well, better than nothing.
Yeah. So anyway.
You guys think everything's so expensive? Like, I was thinking about possibly a little treat, like ice cream or something. And do you know? Yeah, they want $9 for a freaking pint of ice cream. That's crazy. Today I went to when I went to the gas station, they tried to charge me $5.19 for some checks. Or was that last night? Last night, I told them, or this morning. Anyways, I was like, no way. I just thought that seemed like crazy amount for some checks. I don't know why. But where is that at? Sorry, guys.
Just waiting for you to call back seemed like forever. Then it just goes by quickly when we talk.
Yep, same for me. Time creeps by when I'm waiting to call back, and then just slides by real quickly when we're talking there. Just like I said, just like my breaks at work, 15 minutes is never quite as long as you think it is.
Yeah.
But,
hey, how's your eyes? Do you need reading glasses?
If I did, I don't know what kind I would need. For now, they serve their purpose. But even my attorneys noticed at some point that I did seem like I had to kind of squint to look at what I was reading.
Oh, poor baby.
Okay.
I think it just depends on how tired I am, how strained my eyes are.
His dad's okay.
But yeah.
What, do they have provisions there to provide reading glasses, or what? Or can you have reading glasses?
You can get reading glasses off the commissary, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't you check into that and see which ones work for you, and I guess that's the only place you can get them, right?
Yeah, probably. But that would be a matter of trial and error, because they have like 3 or 4 different magnifications. I think I have no idea which I would need.
Well, try 150, 1.50, and then go to 175, and see which works.
Yeah, I guess I could.
I mean, can you try them on?
I think you just have to
double prices overnight, right? It's crazy. 11.11. Woohoo! You hear Bandit and Athena being a little crazy little munchkins over there. Don't worry, the government will get in glasses, right?
I don't think you get to try them. There's no way to make the order and pay for it and then, send it back,
Well, what if they don't work? Can you send them back?
He just said he can't.
I don't know how that works. I could ask somebody, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out. How much are they?
Like $3 or something like that.
$3?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
What are they, like paper 3D glasses?
They're plastic.
Oh yeah, I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, it could be more. They might be $4 or $5 or $6, something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, could be even $12. I don't remember. I mean, I saw them, but I don't remember how much the price was.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to fast forward to
How
this.
you doing with your stuff that you got from the commissary? You have enough to...
He's fat and sassy.
Yeah, I've got enough coffee, hard candies, and saltine crackers to last me through the...
You put in
$50.
Okay.
It's going to be dropped down to 40 like immediately.
Okay.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time.
She had
Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking.
Conversations on this one.
Hey, is this a good time?
Hold on. Yeah, I was on the phone with somebody else, and first time you called in and inadvertently hit the wrong button. Hang on, I'm going to put you on speaker. Hang on. Okay, I got you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
He's in as well.
He's always in the well.
Yeah.
He's in a big room.
Yep, very echoey. Oh.
Did you get any of the books we sent yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I don't have any notification of anything being sent back either. I had a meeting with the mental health director a couple days ago. She said they're going to step me down, take me down a step in custody level. So I'm going to be taken off non-acute status, and as soon as a space opens up in one of the regular isolation cells, I'll be moved to one of those.
Okay, good.
Does that mean that we can get a document to you and we can get it signed now?
Possibly. She said they won't put any restrictions on me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And when is that supposed to happen?
What's that?
Well, when is that supposed to happen?
Whenever a space opens up in one of those cells.
I was hoping we get to the part where
She's on space. This is a very crowded jail. There's over 2,000 inmates.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I won't be in any of the self-harm calls. Who knows? I won't be surrounded by crazies all the time.
Okay.
Or relatively so.
All right.
That should be an improvement at least.
crazy.
All right. Sounds good.
Who does he think he is?
Any other news or updates on your end?
No. Everything's still status quo. Somebody sent us a link to a YouTube video that, these amateur sleuths just are relentless. I mean, they just go down any and every path they can go, and so this link to this YouTube video had tracked all your internet activity and all the sites that you had joined.
Dark web.
The dark web, whatever, but some of the offbeat websites. So I'm sure you know what I'm referring to without me having to name them.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you that all that shit exists out there. And, oh, by the way, this I sped through this 2-hour YouTube video, and your former roommates at the townhome that you rented have ratted you out in ways and fabricated stories about a shared network drive and video that had been recorded, and supposedly approached your mother about them, threatening to disclose you in these videos, and that we paid them off, which was total bullshit. We've never heard about this until these videos and these asshole friends of yours have managed to get themselves on these YouTube channels and disclose all sorts of shit. Because I can tell you this: if any one of them, and we know who we're talking about, had come to us with that, we would have told them, feel free to do whatever you want. We're not paying you jack shit. If somebody had done something, I suggest you pursue it with them or the authorities, but don't bring this up to our attention ever again. I can assure you that we would not have paid off anybody. It wouldn't have been our problem, and we wouldn't have paid for it, period.
So my former roommates are trying to blackmail you into paying them off?
No. They're claiming that they had supposedly come to us and blackmailed us, and that we paid them money, which they've described it in two events, one at a restaurant, and then your mother supposedly showing up at the townhome with a manila envelope. And you and I know, and we all know, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, didn't exist, never did it.
That never happened.
And if they had done that, I would have said, go ahead and do whatever you want. You're not getting a penny from me. It's not my problem, so don't even come to me with it, period.
Are they aware that blackmail and coercion is also illegal?
Well, it's kind of a moot point when you're looking at the number of years ago this was. And right now, it's their word, it's hearsay, but I'm just telling you what these amateur sleuths are repeating. In fact, they even said that we owned the townhome, which we didn't.
We've been living in $1 million homes, and you were a spoiled, rotten kid because of it. And I'm thinking, we've never been in $1 million home.
But anyway, I'm just telling you.
Well, he does. To me, he does sound like a spoiled, rotten brat. To me, he's having to do straight seg time for real PC reasons and dealing with the rule. He'll have to hard the whole time. I believe the mother has blood on her hands. Really? So they're trying to say, I guess somebody trying to blackmail him and say, or trying to say that they were paid off a while back or something to not put out something about him. That would make them shitty human beings for taking money. But I don't know.
The bullshit that goes on out there, which is why I don't pay attention to these YouTube videos. But I'm just telling you, your former roommates have, done a nice job of sabotaging or discrediting your character and what have you. So everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, throwing you under the bus and what have you. But I'm just relating this story of that's been repeated a few times about some video being recorded in the townhome, and that they came to us requesting, and we pleaded with them not to disclose it, and we paid them off, which is just absolute bullshit.
You should be very careful about that because they're seriously opening themselves up to a lawsuit for defamation.
Well, it's not, it takes money to sue somebody, and you have to prove it, and so no one's going to take a case like that pro bono, and it's not worth chasing. And you have to prove damages, and we haven't suffered any damages. But I'm just telling you the bullshit that's floating out there.
That's crazy.
Yep. But anyway, they've done their search, and they've discovered some of these websites that you've subscribed to, participated in, or what have you. So I'm just giving you a heads up that they are leaving no stone unturned as they go down a rat hole chasing this shit.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yep.
So they're like, well, we just want to let you know, people have found the shit that these sites that you've been going on, and we just thought you should know, like, they found him, this dark web, and he's just like crazy. Doesn't even I haven't heard him. He hasn't apologized for anything he's put his parents through. Yeah, I don't know. My parents would be freaking.
Don't even try to figure out why they did it, because we can't figure out why they did it, except
who did?
The roommate.
Okay. All right, we moved on past that.
Yeah, but the thing is that these YouTube sites give people a chance to talk with complete immunity, because they never check them, they never fact check them, they don't care about the facts, they just care about getting people to click on and pay them money for the YouTube site. So.
And supposedly these hosts of these YouTube channels pay these people to provide this information as well. So whatever that's worth.
And some roommate.
Oh yeah, the roommate. That's really funny. So reading this interview of the former roommate said that both you and were grossly overweight, and you both had gastric bypass. I mean, I'm just telling you, this shit is just what? I don't. They didn't disclose her name, okay? But to say that you had gastric bypass, which you've never.
Yeah, she made the comment to Ali during one of the interviews about him leaving her once her daughter got older, saying that he'll leave her and run off with daughter one day. It's sad. Yeah, that's what I was.
And that you were grossly overweight, which you never were. Again, it's the bullshit that's just floating out there on these YouTube channels.
Well, some had gastric bypass, but
Yep.
it's not a big deal these days.
I understand, but they're saying that you had it.
They're saying that she refused to take her bipolar meds, which she was very forgetful, and didn't do a lot. But they were saying that it was not ADHD, but they thought she was autistic. And like going, no, she wasn't.
It was autistic. It was a question mark. You had one doctor saying that she was possibly on the spectrum, another saying, no, it doesn't seem like it, she's just ADHD. And other doctors didn't know, so it was a question mark.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a three-ring circus out there with these YouTube channels, which is why I don't watch them, your mother doesn't watch them, but every now and then somebody sends us a link to something, and like I said, I sped viewed it, and came away with a little bit of information and a lot of bad information, misinformation, inaccurate information, but it is what it is, and so I'm not going to bother with it. You have to consider the source and the validity of it, and everybody's highly speculative about whatever they come across, and then they try to make something monumental out of it that just doesn't exist,
Mm-hmm. I don't know how they can even find jurors that haven't listened to some of this crap.
Yeah.
They can't. It's tainted. It's tainted. The whole thing is tainted now.
Yeah, they might have to shop it out to a different venue, but even at that point, I think it's going to be hard to find anyone who hasn't heard about all this.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, and the minute they do hear about it, they're going to go in, and even though they're not supposed to, they're going to go in and check the internet, and they're going to see these things, they're going to believe this stuff, because they don't know the difference between truth and non-truth.
Fact and fiction.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, if I go in and say, you people are idiots. You know this never happened, and I can't do that, because it won't do you good.
You don't want to engage with it.
So, no, don't want to give them. They're not worthy of the merit of any comments, and they can just enjoy themselves. And then when the truth comes out, then they'll have to do a lot of backtracking. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. But anyway,
I will tell you this, Stephen. You know that we're saved people, you know that we're Christians, and you know that these people came to us many times for help in their living situations, and you know that we've helped all of them. I don't understand why these kids think it's so wonderful to jump on this bandwagon and crucify us when we were there for them when they needed us. I don't understand that.
It's because we have fallings out for various reasons, and they can't resist the temptation to kick me while I'm down because they think they can do it with impunity.
Absolutely.
They didn't have the balls to do it while I was free.
What's that?
So they didn't have the balls to do it while I was free.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they were jealous. You know who was always the one with the little, very, very something on his back, the mouth. He was always so jealous of you. He's so jealous of you. And
he sabotaged me at every turn. I mean, if you remember when I was working Quiznos, I was in line for management, so he started working there. Then suddenly everyone's attitudes towards me changed, and he became the manager.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he does.
And, there were people in our friends group who, for some reason, were under the impression that I was a complete moron.
Of them. Oh my
Well, they should
God.
check your IQ score.
Well, I know he was backstabbing and trying to put himself above me at every opportunity.
Yeah.
Found out a while back that he was even stealing my possessions and selling them.
Wow.
Like what?
Airsoft guns. I mean, my street board went missing. A lot of my Pokemon cards went missing. There's the one missing.
What you talking about when you guys were roommates, he was stealing your stuff and selling it?
Yep.
No surprise.
Nope.
I believe that.
He needed to support his lifestyle somehow, and did the same thing with his parents' crap too. So,
yeah.
What else?
I know he peddled his dad's pills.
Yeah, he was a first-class citizen. We all know that, which is why he got kicked out of his house.
Yep. And anyway, I'm going to call you back.
These people, I can't listen to much more of that. I need to probably go anyways. I might come on and craft with you guys or something, but that is crazy. Like, but, well, how long had he been arrested at this point? Was this, let me see, when was Steven Stearns arrested? April, okay. January, February, March, April, May. Was he? So was it not till April 24th? So this was only like, this is only about a month and a half after. Maybe they just hadn't. Because it looks like the last call she has here is June. Maybe they stopped talking in June, mid-June. Well, we see why he's like this, huh? Yeah. They want to sit there and talk bad about the people that, well, you got to think birds of a feather flock together. So I imagine they're not the best of people, his friends, his buddies. But like they're mad at, it is shitty that if they are making up stuff, especially about the parents and stuff. It's shitty it's absolutely shitty if they're lying and stuff, but they seem more mad. They should be pretty mad at their son for putting them in this situation. Where's that anger? Anyways, guys, it was good talking to you guys and seeing you guys. It's been a while, so I wanted to come on and but I'm going to go for now. But I will talk to y'all